guys, welcome back. I'm happy you're here today. We're doing a Christmas planning video and I thought it would be fun just take you through some of the pins that I have found on Pinterest that have given me some inspiration for the items that I picked up this year. Now, if you haven't seen my haul video, I have two of them. I'll go ahead and link those below, and I wanted to get those out to you before I did this video because if there were any items that you were interested in purchasing, had I waited until this week to show you them, I was worried that they would be out of stock because there is a lot of items that are trending this year that you cannot find in store at this point. So hopefully you were able to snag some of the items that you liked before they went out of stock. You could always set up like a restock notification, but a lot of times when they restock, you've already done your decorating and the moment has passed. And so I wanted to hurry and get you the haul videos just so that you could see what was in store and what was available. Now, as for today, we're going to be going through my Pinterest just so I can show you some of the items that really hit home for me and made me feel very inspired this year to find the items that I did. So what I'll do, I've got my laptop with me here and I will go ahead and show you the images as we discuss them, and I'll sort of explain to you why I was drawn to them, and maybe this would be helpful for when you are planning your decor. Maybe you'll find some inspiration in them as well. So the first one I wanted to start with is this beautiful rustic and organic looking display. Now, this is a bowl filled with just acorns and some greenery. This is very simple and this leans very rustic. So if you are into more of an organic look, or if you like something that is rustic and timeless, this is a great way to go. Now, one of the things that I want to do this year is incorporate rustic and glam elements. And so as we go through these photos, you'll definitely see the inspiration for both of those. So another image that I found on Pinterest that really spoke to me was this mood board, and I thought it was perfect for what I'm going for. It's got that chocolate brown and the rustic brass bells. It definitely feels like a hug, and I can see all of these pieces working together. And the beauty of these items is that most of them are very neutral, and so if you decided that you wanted to change your look in future years, a lot of these base pieces would work with other decor styles as well. Now, this year I wanted to try a little bit more of a traditional look, and so this image here has some really beautiful accents that are still brown and sort of warm and cozy with the gold elements as well, but I thought this was a little bit more of a traditional look. They brought in some tartan plaids and they very successfully married this together with those cozy warm neutrals. So love this image, and hopefully I will be able to recreate a beautiful scene that is cohesive this year with my Christmas decorating as well. Now, one of the things I want to try to do this year is incorporate more brass bells. I know they're trending and everybody has been looking for them, and they are pretty much sold out everywhere. But last week I showed you in my haul video a beautiful bell garland that I want to use on my mantle, and I thought this was a perfect image to sort of show you what I'm thinking I want to do with that. I'm going to have the greenery and also this bell garland just for a touch of metallics against my white fireplace. Now, this one is gorgeous. I love the full lush feel of it. Look at these stockings. They are absolutely beautiful. They almost look like a Turkish rug, but the colors are so warm and welcoming. I love the caramel and the brown tones. That ribbon is just perfect. It's a really nice pop of color against all of the green. Now, I love the way they used the wooden trees in the background because everything here feels very organic, and I do actually have a mirror very similar to this, and I think this would be a really beautiful way to decorate around a mirror on a mantle. Now, my TV is over my mantle, so I won't be able to recreate this exactly, but this is such a beautiful look for a Christmas mantle this year. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do the bell garland like I showed you in that previous one along with this look, but I do love the way this one has this sort of offset swag style hanging off of the side of the fireplace. The ribbons are beautiful. It's got a chicken stripe and maybe like a gold color, but I love the way they used varying shapes of bells as a way to accent. Now, also take a look at the colors of the berries, right? So that just because you're going with a moody look doesn't mean that you have to eliminate all of the traditional Christmas elements like berries. If you can find picks that have like a brown organic looking berry, that is a great way to accent your garland and stay within your color scheme. Here's another example of that chocolate brown color. I love the way it is so simple. It's just got some greenery with some pine cones, and that ribbon is just so pretty. It's a satin, I think, and so what it does really well is accent the color of the pine cones really nicely. And then they just have some simple artwork on the mantle as well, just to sort of bring in a little bit more of that rustic woodland element. And I think this is a really pretty option if you're looking for a little bit more of a rustic mantle look. Now this next mantle also has some bells, but you can see that the garland itself has more of a drapey look to it, a little bit more whimsical. We've got a little bit more of a gilded style to this. It's a little bit less rustic and a little bit more glam. It's got the deer. You can actually see them peeking out from the garlands, which is a beautiful touch. And it looks like maybe they have a frame TV. That gilded frame around the frame TV is so pretty. And then just a simple piece of greenery with that tree at the corner there. This is beautiful, and it's funny because it doesn't have any ribbon, which I've been drawn to a lot, are images with mantles that have ribbon. But this one really struck me because it just looked so natural and effortless. So this is a really beautiful way to sort of marry that woodland look, but a little bit of glam and like an elevated gilded look as well. Now we're still talking mantles, and this is one of my favorites. I love the way they have these bobble knit cream colored stockings sort of framed by this beautiful gold warm colored ribbon. The garland is gorgeous. It looks like it's got eucalyptus and cedar and pine all mixed together. It's just really, really gorgeous. And then I think those stars were a Target item this year. I know I did see stars that were similar to that. And then I definitely know that those candlesticks are from Target. I actually have those same candlesticks. So paired with the bells and the bobble knit stockings, I think this is a really beautiful option for a mantle. So this image was the one that kind of inspired me to find the garland that has the multiple shaped bells. I love the way this one has more of a rounded bell, more of a triangular shaped bell, and then also that cylindrical shape. I thought that was really pretty and a great way to have sort of varying textures on the garland. And then this other one was a similar one. It's got that jute cord. You could just see the detail a little bit better, and I love how vintage and rustic the bells look. Take a look at this gorgeous fireplace. Now I actually have been considering painting my fireplace black for quite a long time. Look how stunning this fireplace is. This is a very traditional look, and it's very symmetrical. I have a ton of brass candlesticks, so I could definitely do a look like this that's very simple. All of the details are in the garland. It's lush and it's extravagant and it's heavy, and it just looks really full. And then they top it off with this beautiful burgundy colored ribbon. When I saw this one, that was when I was sort of leaning into that, adding some red, and so you can see why I wanted to go in that direction. Perhaps in the future I will paint my fireplace black. Leave me a comment below and let me know if that's something that you think I should consider doing. Also, if you're finding value in this video, go ahead and hit that like button and be sure and subscribe, because I am hoping that you will join me all throughout the Christmas season as we prepare together. Now take a look at this mantle. I thought this was interesting because it looks almost like it's got some magnolia leaves in there, which is a beautiful southern accent when it comes to Christmas. Magnolia leaves are absolutely gorgeous. It does have the gilded deer, and again it's got a little bit of that black element with the frame on the mirror, bells hanging from the top, and it also looks like it does have some garland at the top also. But I think the beauty really is in the garland. Again, that's where the details are. It's full and lush, and you can see all the varying textures in this garland. Not only has it pine, but it also has that eucalyptus, maybe even lamb's ear. I'm not sure all of the different types of leaves and greenery, but it is stunning, and I think this would be a beautiful way to create a gorgeous mantle. Now once again, we're taking a look at that Moody and black backdrop. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous, you guys. But look how beautiful the gilded elements pop against the black. Not only do the brass candlesticks pop, but even that very simple sort of beaded gold garland along the greenery really helps elevate this simple look. And then you can see on the shelving it's got some gilded elements as well. I love that nutcracker in that glass cloche. I think that's super cute. What a beautiful fireplace. Now you can see I was really drawn to brass bells this year, but I loved these beautiful brown accent colors in this mantle. This one looks like it might be a cedar garland. I'm not sure if it's real real or faux. It definitely looks real. But these brown, they look like tiny pine cones, frosted pine cones. They almost look like baby's breath. I don't know if Hobby Lobby has those brown baby's breaths, but that might be a good option. But I just love that simple look of the vintage style bells hanging off of the side of the fireplace with that beautiful, gorgeous brown ribbon. And then another beautiful, simple Christmas garland with the brown. This one looks like it has that brass garland detailing along the base there of the garland. I think they did work in some greenery on the top of their mantle as well, but just a very natural looking way to create that lush mantle. Now you guys, take a look at this. I have a very similar mirror and I want to try to do something like this. I'll probably end up using a different color ribbon, but I love the way it has just the simple ribbon, a touch of greenery, and then the bells hanging from the top of the mirror. This one is elegant, simple, a little bit gilded, and it sort of brings out that high-end look. You can see that they kind of mixed it with a rustic element. Look in the back there. I want to say maybe that's like a window frame, but look how distressed that is. And so when you put rustic with glam, it really does marry together so well. It doesn't look over the top because one sort of contrasts with the other to create some balance. Now we're moving into the tree decor, and I do have already a tree that has brown and gold and rustic base elements from last year. And so when I saw this picture, it sort of reminded me of the tree that I have. And so it gave me a little bit of a jumping off point. I love the way they incorporated these wood and gold accent acorn ornaments, as well as that amber glass. It's so pretty. A few rustic elements with the deer ornament. I just love this tree. That beautiful metallic and brown coloring is gorgeous for the Christmas season. Now, if you saw one of my haul videos, and don't forget I will link those below, be sure and subscribe so you won't miss out on how I decide to use them. But this picture is a really great example of how I might end up using those really large vintage bells as a tablescape centerpiece. I love the way they've got the varying sizes. A few have ribbons and a few do not. A simple table runner underneath that allows the bells to be the star of the show. Everything just looks well balanced, very full but not overdone, and I really like this one. Now when we're looking at table styling, it's not just about your dining table. You want to find elements that you can use on your coffee table or sideboard or even on your shelf styling. And so I thought this one was really pretty. Look at this mercury glass candle. Now I have a similar one. Some of you guys saw that in the haul video last week, but I love the way they incorporate the brown and warm tones into this table styling. It looks like it's got a mirror in the back with a gold trim, so I think that's a great enhancement to that brass colored bell on the table. But what I think is really speaking to me is the way that they've married together the mercury glass. And take a look at the table, right? So the table is very rustic, and if you had a very modern sort of glam table, the mercury glass might look a little too overdone. But when you pair rustic with that elegant look, I think it creates such a beautiful balance, and I think that's why this picture spoke to me the way it did. Now before we finish up, last week I talked to you a little bit about using your wrapping as part of your decor. You can see in this picture how they did this. This actually was the inspiration piece for the wrapping paper that I bought with the brown and gold polka dots. I thought it was gorgeous, and I love the way everything sort of goes with the color of the ornaments on the tree. Everything is cohesive, it's not overdone, it's very simple, but you can see that they put a lot of thought into making their gifts look like part of their home decor. Now, along with satin, which was in that last image, I love the look of a frayed ribbon. I did pick up some frayed edge crushed velvet in taupe and dark brown, but this is an example of having some frayed edges that creates that rustic look. Remember, we're trying to marry the glam and the rustic so nothing looks overdone. I love the idea of using light and dark colored ribbons as a way to create a little bit of balance and contrast. That's one of the things that you want to try to do when you're going with a moody look. If everything is dark, then it's just depressing. If everything is too light, then it looks too airy. But when you combine the dark and the light, you get a really beautiful balance that creates depth, and those beautiful contrasting elements really do enhance each other. Take a look at this gift. This one is gorgeous, and again, it's just that plain, simple paper, that craft paper that you can find at Hobby Lobby, but the real star of the show is this beautiful brown satin ribbon and that one single piece of greenery tucked underneath. This one is simple and elegant, but so beautiful and thoughtful looking. Well guys, that's gonna do it for my thought process for this year. Hopefully this gave you a little bit of an insight into where I'm going this year. I know I told you I was going to be working with a little bit of red, but I'll be doing that on the front porch. So be sure and hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss out on any of the decorating fun. I'm very excited to see how all of these items come together, and I would love it if you would join me for all of the fun decorating we've got coming. So hit that subscribe button, be sure and like this video, share it with your friends too. You may have somebody that's interested in learning a little bit more about how to put together a cohesive look for the Christmas season, and so hopefully they would enjoy taking a look at this video as well. I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care guys. Bye-bye.